Passionate Living with Kat Miller is brought to you by Healthy Communities 2030. For more information, go to creatinghealthycommunities.org.
Welcome to this week's episode of Passionate Living. We have three wonderful stories that are going to inspire you today. The first is Michael McNeil, the former drummer of Three Dog Night, who started a nonprofit called Inner City Slickers, where he takes children from the inner city and helps them to turn their lives around. We're then going to meet Dr. David Hippensteel, who's going to show us how to get healthy at any age. And first, we're going to go and meet some amazing people in the community who made sure that a lot of underprivileged people had a Christmas this year. I love when people use their passions to make a difference in the world around them. And John, you're doing that today. What a gorgeous event that you do here every year.
Well, this was started 36 years ago by legislator Chuck Swanek, and as the new owners of the property here, Kenton Elmwood Commons, we've continued the event. And so this year was a little bit different, with COVID, and we found our normal suppliers of trees were pretty well sold out. So we had to reach into our connections outside the normal group, and we got lots of people to come forward, and we thought we were going to have 50 trees, and now we probably got 400. So we're welcome anybody to come who needs a tree to come, and we have a whole room full of ornaments and decorations that can also go along with the trees.
John, now you have this whole building that you've pulled together, you and your business partner, and you're using it to really make a difference in the whole community overall.
Well, right. We've been the owners of the building here for about 2 years, and we're trying to make it a real community center, mixed use, and our intent is we'll be building some senior apartments, maybe as many as 150 in the rear property. And the mixed use is wonderful here in the building. We've got a daycare here. It's been here for 18 years. We have Buffalo Turners gymnastics group that's been here for 34 years. Recently, we've added the New Story Church, and they're a wonderful volunteer group and religious organization. So they're here on Sundays, and they have a classroom. And we're looking to fill up the rest of the classrooms on the first floor for mixed use, maybe some medical offices, and just going to make it a great community center.
Dave Flynn is here with us today. And Dave, you're from Lowe's. You brought a bunch of these trees over to help families with their holiday season this year.
Yeah, absolutely. John reached out to us, and it was just the right thing to do. Bruce, one of my pro guys, has a good standing relationship with them. So when the need came out and we had a bunch of trees left, it was just the right thing to do, help out the community. Fits in with Lowe's overall philosophy of giving back to the community, and just obviously it's a win-win for them. They kind of help a bunch of families out, and for us, it helps us get rid of these trees, and then the town, from my understanding, is going to come in and chip and shred any of them and recycle them, so they'll get put to good use one more time. So for everyone, it's just a great situation. So
last night, I came by here to do some B-roll before we did the shoot today, and a young woman, one of my soul children, told me that she didn't have a tree for her little 3-year-old and her, and she has a little apartment. She was struggling this year with everything that's going on, and she sent me pictures of her tree last night and said she's forever grateful, and she cried all night and can't thank us enough for giving her little boy a Christmas this year. So I want to thank the three of you for being such a big part of, especially this year with everything going on, of bringing holiday spirit to families who might not otherwise have it. Thanks so much, guys.
thank you.
Good. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Right.
Chuck, you started this how many years ago?
This is our 35th year doing this. It started with Dave Arita from Arita Tree Farms came to my office and said he had some extra Christmas trees he'd like to give away, and we started it. Unfortunately, Dave has passed, but we decided to keep the tradition going because We just believe that people, if they want a Christmas tree, should have a Christmas tree. And these trees would be mulched in the next few days. So by giving away, people who just can't afford a Christmas tree or struggling this year, unemployed, the sign of the economy, we're going to give them a tree.
And I'm sure this year was even more intense with everything going on in the world around us.
This year, it reminds me of 07, 08, when the economy really collapsed. Same kind of thing. We're catching a lot of the newly unemployed. People never expected to be in this situation. Didn't see this on the horizon. And so if you have to make a choice between a Christmas tree or food, they'll choose the food, but we'll give them the Christmas tree now.
And it's so simple. I mean, by the time people see this show, you know, it'll be in the Christmas season in between. But it takes so little to make a difference in the lives of others, right? To put something like this together, to use your care for the community and something, like you said, these would be mulched otherwise, to make a difference in the world around you.
Well, Western New York has always had a deep tradition of caring for people. And so when you live in Western New York, you kind of know you got to help. And so everybody picks a piece of the puzzle, whether it's a food bank providing food, whether it's a clothes facility providing coats, whether it's somebody supplying a Christmas tree. We all kind of step in and do what we can do to help the cause. And that's what's important, because you don't see that in all the communities. I've been out and about over the years, and Western New York has a very special feel for people who are struggling. And it happens to all of us. Somewhere in your lifetime, you will struggle. It's the nature of America and the human race and the economy. And so it's nice to know that you have somebody watching your back. And that's what this is all about.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Chuck. And thanks for this. What a beautiful contribution to the community.
He's been helpful the last 2 years to help us, and all the nurseries that donated the trees, and you know, we have the hot chocolate. I mean, it's just really kind of a nice event, and we make people feel comfortable. We don't want them to think that they're getting a tree for free. No, this is about a Merry Christmas. Have a tree, enjoy it, and try to make the best of the best.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much,
It's my
Chuck.
pleasure.
Merry Christmas to you. You're welcome.